Welcome back, friends. Today we are going to discuss some important Java interview questions. So if you are a junior Java developer or mid-level Java developer, this video is for you. This will help you to get some important questions for telephonic interview as well as whiteboard sessions. So as you might already know, I often create videos regarding Leetcode solutions as well as the Java J2EE interview related videos, like where I created like interview question answers videos. So if you are interested in this, please subscribe to the channel. The subscription helps to grow the channel and reach to more people, so please do so. So let's go over these questions, list of questions that I prepared for you guys one by one. So let's start. So which class is super class for every class in Java? So object class is the super class, right? Every class is extending object class in Java. So let's go to the second one. So what is immutable object? Can you write immutable object or immutable class? Your immutable object consists of field, hash map, string, comma, string. So this is one thing they have given us. So we have to implement a immutable class basically, right? So we will just write one class called as a employee here, and we will make that class a final, and we will create all its member variables here as a final, right? So id, first name, last name, and hash map is final. And since hash map is the object, right? So hash map, when we are the important thing of immutable, like creating immutable class, is that we have to there is no setter method, so you can only set the variables through the constructor, right? So that's what we are doing here. We have a constructor public employee, and we are passing id, first name, last name, and the hash map, right? hm. So we'll just call super first, and we will assign the id, first name, and last name variables here. And one important thing to note is we will not assign map as it is, because we want to we want to actually create a deep copy. Like we cannot just assign the map as it is here, because otherwise if the map gets changed outside, then it will also affect our hash map in this class, right? So we have to, what we will do is we will get the map what is coming from outside here, hm here, and we will just iterate that map, and we will create our own temporary map variable here, and later we will just say this dot address map is equal to temporary map. So this way, if the address map, like whatever hash map we have passed in the constructor here, if it changes outside, then still our immutable class remains immutable. Means our address map will not change it, because we have created like we have created a temporary map first, and then we are populating it like this. So that is an important part you should understand. And apart from that, we are just providing getter methods here. There is no setter method, and this is one example that I created. So first we are creating a h1 as a hash map. We put home address, office address there, and we create our employee object here, right, where I am passing h1. And later, even if I am updating the hash map h1 here by putting other address, still our employee e1's hash map will always show only two addresses, home address and office address, because of the way we have created it in the constructor, right? Because we are iterating this map and creating our own map inside the constructor. So that is important thing to note. Then let's go the next question. Where is immutable classes used in Java, right? So in Java, one very famous class, string, is a immutable class. This is used in lot of places, where also in the shared multi-threaded environment, because it is immutable. It can be safely used in the shared multi-threaded environments without kind of any concerns, of getting modified, because once the string is created, it cannot be modified. It's a immutable class. Apart from that, Java classes, whenever we are using any multi-threading related code in Java, then we should always make sure that we are using immutable classes there. For one of the example, if is the collection hash table, right? So if we are using kind of a key value pair, then we can use a hash table in the previous Java version, but now in the new Java versions the corresponding class is concurrent hash map, right? So those are thread safe classes. So those classes we should use, and immutable classes are automatically thread safe, because once you create the instance you cannot change it basically. So in the collections classes, like we have classes like hash map, then tree map, hash set. So here we have to make sure that the key classes that we are using should be immutable, because once we create a collection using the keys, if the key class is not like immutable, then we can change the key, right, and it will give us our erroneous result. So we should always make sure that the key classes are immutable in the java.collections framework classes we are using. So that is, you can explain. Then write code to find first non-repeated character in string. So this is also a very famous question. It gets asked during telephonic interview as well as a whiteboard session in person, as well as in the online interviews when they are asking you to write code. So they will give you a string like this, for example, and you have to find out the first non-repeated character. So as you can see here, what we will do is we will just iterate this key, and then we will create the hash map, right? From this key we will create a hash map, and it is a character and count, right? So a is 1, then b is 1, then c is 1, then again we get a and b, so we will update it to 2 and 2, and again 2 d's we will get. So for 2Ds we will get 2, and for 1C we will get 1, right? So once we create this hash map of character and frequency, we will again iterate through the string once, and we will keep reading the values from our hash map, right? So we are here at A, then we will get 2, then we will go to B, then we will get again 2, then we will go to C, then we will get a 1 as the frequency, right? So C is the first non-repeating character in this string, right? So that's what we should return. So that's what is kind of a uh, coding related question that we get asked. What is difference between string when it is created using literal and a new operator, right? So string you can say as equal to s, string s is equal to new string, and you can give the string. Otherwise you can say string s is equal to, in double quotes you can give some sample string there, right? So what is the difference? So the difference is that when you are creating a double quote string, like string s is equal to double quotes and test, let's say, for example, right? Then it will be created as a string literal, right? And it will be part of the string pool constants. So that is a kind of a performance optimization Java automatically does for us. So by rule of thumb is that we should always create the string as using literals, because it gives us faster performance. The other way to create a string is using the new operators, but it will create a a string in the heap, and then it will not be created in the string pool, right? So it will be like it will make the more storage it will occupy, right? So that is the thing you can explain. Which class is superclass? We already saw this question. I think it got repeated by mistake. What is yeah, so the next question we wanted to see here in this list is this one, right? They will give you some sort of, like you can get some sort of code like this, and they will tell you like how many string gets created or where will this string get created, right? So first string s1, so let me just modify this little bit so you can read. So s1 is equal to abc. So this is a string constant, like constant pool, right? So it will go here as a abc in the string constant pool. Then s2 is equal to new abc, is a new abc string will be created in the Java heap. Then again abc s3 is equal to double quotes abc is again pointing to the string constant pool. Then string is equal to new string abc will create here abc in the Java heap. Then when we are saying string s5 is equal to new string abc dot intern, then it creates a, it will point to the string constant pool, right? Because